What do you mean they're at the teachers' rally? Jesus Christ, they're not teachers. I don't work for the government. They don't work for the government. Teachers of Blood Bowl? It doesn't matter. I already offered them a 50% raise. I don't care if that number's still zero. Anyway, just tell them to come back here and... Hey, welcome back to Bbpn. I'm your host, Cadet Tank. So good news, bad news. Good news is we have coverage for the CDT and the Hooligan Division. Bad news, Ace and Panda aren't exactly in the office right now to cover videos if there was something for them to cover. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, anyway, thanks for showing up, and let's go ahead and kick it over to Scar, who, for once, actually did something besides play Cupcake Land.
Welcome back, coaches, to the CDT division, now brought to you by the Guild of Bandits and Affiliated Trades. You can't say you weren't warned. That enough for you? What do you mean that's not your official slogan? You hear it all the time. Anyway, I am Scar, your official Dark Knight of the Void, and I got a little more for you this time. We'll start off with the latest game's results, and then we're finally through enough games to get an idea as to which teams you should expect to see in the playoffs, and which teams are still fighting to the death for the last few open slots. This should be a lot of fun, so let's get started. Alright, picking up where we left off from that nothing last week, we have the Ratzone Nymph beating the Greenbacks 2-1. Not terribly surprising. All Skaven really need is a small opening and a little nuffling, and they can just run away with the ball. So you could pretty much tell what happened based on the score alone. Next up, in another act of Bretonnian heroism, the Pegasus Knights managed to beat America's Maniacs 2-0. This team is really impressive, and I expect them to get really far in the playoffs. And finishing up day 3, we have the Dogzars beating Billis Slick's army 2-1. I really had a lot of hope for Billis Slick's army, but they just can't seem to get the dice to make anything work. Such a shame. Starting off day 4, we have the glorious Pegasus Knights tying with the Greenbacks 1-1. Not bad considering the strength difference, but I can see from the stats that the Bretonnians paid for this stalemate. And for the final game played so far, we have America's Maniacs tying with the fist-pumping Annihilators 1-1. You can guarantee that there was a lot of punching going on in this game. Alright, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And remember folks, the magical number we're looking for to get into the playoffs is 3 wins and 1 draw. But the only team that's been able to get that so far is the Pegasus Knights. So expect them. But I wouldn't be terribly surprised if the Ratzone Nymph or fist-pumping Annihilators got in as well, considering they are just 1 game away from that magical number. After that, it's anyone's game, really. The Dogzars have the best chance, but really, these last 2 days are going to be a mad scramble for those last 2 positions into the playoffs. This is going to prove to be very interesting. Well, that's it so far. These last few days are going to be very interesting, especially for those at the bottom. Several teams are at the point where they have to either step up or be eliminated. But regardless of who makes it now, these playoffs are definitely shaping up to be a brutal affair, and I have no idea who among these superstar teams is going to end up on top. It should be really exciting. Back to you, Cadet.
Great job, Scar. And I'm not saying that because you're one of the two people that came to work today. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and go over to the Scum, who's going to give us the update on the Hooligan Division.
Well, good day, me fellow Gobos. As you can see, yeah, the Hooligan Division decided to get everything all sorted out and done as fast as they can, and we're getting ready for the big lead up in the playoffs. However, we do understand, all you lads, they might have a bit of a wait here for the World Cup qualifier. So, we're going to take a look at what the final standings is, and we're going to give a quick review of each of the teams. Right, let's get this started here. So you can see, final results here. The big epic surprise story here, considering when he came in, absolutely destroyed, limps in, there he is dominating, the Wood Elves come away with Skaven slip on in there, and they managed to grab the second place there. The Necromantic team, of course, as I said in my little broadcast there, he found his faith in himself, and there's his reward. He comes out of it. So far, he qualifies in, and of course, everyone's favourite, Ogre Rated does make it, and we can see the other Ogre team, they finally had the big surprise game, and they came in, they gave it a fair shot, but it was tough competition going through here. As was predicted, the Speed teams took advantage of things, the Necromantic team found his legs, and of course the one Ogre team creeps on in. And the Referees Guild, well, there are some crazy accusations going on that, due to gratuitous bribery, they threw their last two matches just to get into the Ogres actually gave in there. I consider that completely unsubstantiated, but I haven't been able to reach the Referees Guild considering they're all on expensive vacations, evidently. So, let's start taking a look at the teams here, and let's start things off here. We're going to come in. Where are they here? Slightly taller Avlings. Okay, can we have a wee bit of a fanfare there for them, please? Thank you kindly. Here we go. So, let's take a look at how they actually turned out and did. As we mentioned, they came in totally destroyed, and you can see how the team found its feet, and it brilliantly did. He's now up to 2 rerolls, he's even got the cheerleader, he's got a sort of apothecary, he's got some sort of fan factor, coach assistance, of course, and look at what he's rebuilt. It is beautiful, lads. No, really, it's just actually great to see. Look at that. Star wall dance with the agility and the tackle. The strength upgrade wall dancer. He's also got the tackle there. He's got the speedster catcher. He's got the second one coming online here. He's finally, look at this. He's got the treeman. He's finally gone in, grabbed a tree to anchor things. And then, of course, there's the rest of the lineman. He really doesn't care. But they do have a funny set of skills because, well, guess what? It's the 5 wins did its job, and of course the thrower who's there and can even solidly protect the ball for quite some time. So, very good combination, very good. And what can we say there? Yeah, definitely golf clap, well done. You proved that what else could actually do well, and you took the influence of Panda. Okay, so let's go and take a look at our next team here. Who have we got here? Who came in number 2? Can we have a bit of a fanfare for them, please? Thank you. It's always good. Anyway, yeah, Callisti scoring, Callisti dodging, and just Callisti. Nothing all came together in the Hooligan division. He's now discovered why people love this division so much. Let's take a look. Again, another team that came in absolutely smashed up. They're still a bit banged up, but he's been able to do something he didn't expect to be able to. Recover. So, 3 rerolls. Got the Apothecary. This is where his one big problem is. Only 3 fan factor. That might mess him up in certain kickoffs. As for the team, he's finally got the new Storm Vermin. One's getting to doing the business. The throwers recovered. Bit banged up, of course. And of course, here the Stark Gutter Runners. Now, again, he's got problems here. He's got one with the Decrease, one with the Niggler. But they're doing the business, and he's going to go with what he's got, because it's a little late here to try and replace them. Go, man, go. And then, of course, you can see the boar banged up rats just doing their job. But he's even got the kicker, and that's what's fantastic. He can place the ball anywhere he goes, and it's doing him like nothing. So, what can we say there? Yeah, you like it? Definitely a good thought poser. You definitely like it. There you go. All right, thank you. Now, let's get second look here. Who's number 3? This was a team here that didn't have any confidence he was actually going to make it here. Can we have a wee bit of an anthem for him, please? Because this brother definitely earned it. Come on. Oh, yeah, they earned it. They earned it all the way. And yes, he's probably surprised I even know what the reference is. Well, I get around a wee bit, don't I? Okay, so let's take a look here. 3 rerolls. He's got climbing up fan factor. And how the team is produced. Like I said, finally the team started living up to the coach and doing its job. Let's take a look here. He's got the werewolves have finally started developing. Hell, he's even got a movement increase in this one. As I said, he changed his playstyle, and look what started happening. High speed 9 on the werewolf. You're not getting away from this little bastard. And of course, block on the second one. They're doing the business. He's now also got the 2 ghouls going to town as best they can. Won the ball hand of the other one. Well, he's got promise. Like I said, it changed his playstyle. Now he's high speed. And now look at the rest of the team here. He's even come in, he's got the big step the boots in, he's even got the kicker. There's a block, of course, the phenomenal flesh golems who just hold the line. And he hasn't had to worry about the whites. And that's alright. As we mentioned, he's changed his style. And it's impressive to watch. It really is. And now you're seeing what? He's in the Hooligan Division playoffs. And he's going to have a good time. Good man. There you go. Alright, so let's go and take a look at the big one here. This is the one everyone's been cheering for. We all know it's an absolute favourite. Can we give him his correct fanfare coming in here? Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's becoming tradition with this team here. Yeah, he can believe a Snotling can fly. Look at his team. Again, another team that came staggering in, but we know this coach, and we know any of his ogre teams he comes in with. This is their second home. In fact, they own this house, and they're out to prove it as playoffs. Absolutely no surprises there. Take a look. The big gamble, the 4 rerolls he started with, finally the dividends have come in. He's got the Apothecary. Now, almost no fan factor. Now, that might be worrying on the kickoff event, but I don't think he really cares about it too much there. So you can see here, he's got the 6 ogres. Look at this, Mammoth Morg. Definitely doing his job. 6 strength, he's got the break tackle. He's finally gotten a double on one here, the Doom Diver. Dave is going to do his great job. He's got the guard here, no break tackle there. It's not the flawless team he wants, but they will get the business done. As for the Snotlings, like I said, it's been one of those seasons there, but he's got survivors, of all things, the way it's gone. Catch, because with this crazy combination of skills, and with what's been going on with this team, why not? It's the howitzer. He's even got the one with the actual movement increase. Of course, he kind of banged himself up on one of the bad landings. So, what is we got to say about that one there? Let's actually go to the assistant. What does he think? Of course he thinks that. Of course he does. There you go. So, that was the Hooligan Division coming into the playoffs there. As for our final 2 teams, let's take a last look at the remaining there. Prawns Ponds. They finally got a 1 in the kitty there. The team as I said, they came in probably the strongest of the teams. Of all the teams that came in, they actually came in the strongest shape. And lo and behold, well, look where they ended up. They've got some crazy skill ups, but it just wasn't me. It wasn't this season. Different reroll management. He's got a huge fan factor, but if you look at some of his games in there, you can't fault them. And of course, finally, as we said, if any of them could be found for the interview, we can't find them half the time. Is the remaining team picture we have of them there. It was an awful season. I've analysed every single dice roll that's gone on with this team, and it's just been insane the amount of bad luck they had. Maybe 1 or 2 games where, of all things, they get average luck. As for the rest of the games, it's all downhill from there. And, well, you can't fight Nuffle, but you can sure as hell shite on his steps and run like mad. So anyway, good luck to you lads. Nuffle plus your dice, and we'll see when the games are actually on, because World Cup qualifiers, lad, isn't that going to be absolutely crazy? Yeah, it's going to be absolutely bizarre. No, not that one. Oh, God. All right. Nuffle, bless your dice.
I have to say that I feel like the hooligan broadcast gets better every week, from the intros all the way through the covering of the teams. I've loved being in it. Unfortunately, it's that division you don't want to be in, so I can't say I look forward to being back in it again. But, you know. So anyway, that is it for BBPN this week. What the hell? This is pretty random shit. Let me see who this is on this phone. Hello? Yeah? He crossed the picket line? No. He wants to do the show? What did you promise him? You better not promise him any money. Well, shit, okay. Alright. I'll cut to him. Alright, quickly cut to Ace in the Court Division before he changes his mind.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bbpn with the round 2 court division. Still, if you watch our last video, still trying to get over whatever I have that I caught at a recent road trip going to Washington, D.C. here in the States. So I'm going to leave this kind of short, go over the schedule, our leaderboards, and then I do have a surprise for you guys after that for some extra coverage. So, day 3 we have Wogs Cooking with the 1-0 win over the Lizards. The Undead beat the Orcs 1-0. The Isengard Rockets get the 1-1 draw on the Dark Elves, and my Rockers somehow get the 1-1 draw to the Dwarves. Day 4 we see Wogs Cooking Orcs beat the other Orcs back to Orcs 1-0. The Lizards get a draw 1-1 against the Dark Elves. The Presidential Undead get a 2-1 win over my Necromantic Rockers, and the Isengard Rockets get a 1-1 draw over the Tackling Toons. So if we look up here, Presidential Undead is sitting pretty at number 1 with 3-1-0. Wogs Cooking has moved up to 2 with the 2-2-0 spread. Dwarfs coming in at 3rd at 1-3-0. My Rockers dropping all the way to 1080 TV, coming in at 1-2-1. Orcs with 4 draws straight at 5. And back to Orc6 with 1-0-3 at 6. With the Lizards and Dark Elves still in it, all you have to do is win 1 to get into the playoffs. So far, that is the round 2. Keep insurance simple, as I am not feeling very well today, but I shall see you here very shortly with some special coverage. Be back momentarily. And welcome back. And yes, we do have the cord round 1 World Cup qualifiers. Since I do core division for the main league, I might as well continue on, do the core division for round 1. And right now, again, I'm not feeling very well, and I'm kind of needing to get to bed for this. So I won't go after these right now. We will go over what the teams are in, the schedule, and the leaderboards. So in the core division, we have 10 total teams, and we're getting the Bone Munchers from Hogstench Orc team. Finhell playing the High Elves, Finhell's Vanguard. Mr. Light playing the Chaos Dwarves, the Burning Machines. Panda playing the Wood Elves once again, called Running Wild. Cyrix Corsairs, the Dark Elves by God Tyrek. Clads, the Long Count playing the Lizardmen. Rat Scratch Fever from Raisin playing the Skaven. Pool This by Splinter playing the Dwarves. JJ's Dynamite from Rezizi, I think that's how you pronounce it, playing the Lizards. And the Undead World Cup Qualifier All-Stars from Begrin 42. So far, only very few games have been played. We have a 1-2 loss for the Doors Pull This to the Double Munchers Orcs, and a 0-0 draw between the Chaos Dwarves and the Lizards. We do have a few more left. We have the Skaven versus the High Elves, the Undead versus the Lizards, and the Dark Elves versus the Wood Elves. I'm extremely excited to see how this is going to play out. I shall go over the teams in more detail next time, but just know that we do have the qualifiers going. We do have 40 teams part of this, but only one is going to represent us in the World Cup. So I shall see you guys next time on Bbpn. And this is your local heretic signing off and reminding you to spill blood for the Blood God and collect skulls for the Skull Throne. Until next time.
Nice job, Ace. A great coverage with a bonus. I hope you feel better. And I'm not saying all that because you're doing this for free. Okay, so anyway, that really is it for BBPN this week. We will get back to you on more coverage later as it happens. For now, I am Cadet Tank saying, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but never bet against me.